Hello Internet, my name is Trinity and I love fairy tales, but recently realized that I really only know the European ones. So I am exploring ones from other cultures and taking you along for the ride. So today's is going to be short and sweet and probably terrible audio, for which I apologize. I am at work and I didn't want to skip it, so we're just making do. Okay, so without further ado, the sheep. One note, it is necessary to know that sheep are very rare in tropical Africa, and so they're very highly prized. Basically, yeah, that's it, which makes sense because they're super duper hot. I can't imagine trying to keep a big fluffy sweater covered animal alive in like Saharan heat. Anyway, okay, the sheep. A chief named Moy and his wife had many fine sons. All were born strong and healthy except for the last one. This one was born a lamb. After his birth, the father called his sons together and said, "You have seen that your youngest brother is a sheep. We will never again eat mutton, for it would be a crime to eat one's own brother." From then on, sheep were the friends of the family. One day, a stranger arrived. He had a young ewe, which he offered to sell. Moy bought the ewe, which he gave to his youngest son as a wife. They lived happily together and had many lambs. But a wicked king also lived in that country. Each year, he demanded an animal from every hunter and every farmer. Whenever a man brought him an animal, the king would ask, "Where is my girl?" For in addition to the animal tribute, every family also had to offer a human girl to the king. Not for him to marry, but for him to eat, because he was a horrible cannibal. When Moy arrived to offer the king a magnificent leopard he had shot, the king demanded a daughter from him as well. "But I have no daughter," Moy protested. "Then I will eat all the sheep on your farm," shouted the king. Moy was so frightened for his children's safety that he raised his spear and stabbed the king to death. Of course, he had to flee to escape the king's son, who was now king. With his family, including a flock of grandchildren, they ran for their lives. Exhausted, they reached the bank of a river, but no bridge or boat was inside. Chief Moy bowed down in prayer to a very tall tree that grew on the bank. Slowly, the tree bent down until it reached all the way across the river, and they all then scrambled across to safety. As soon as they were across, the tree righted itself. In pursuit, the king and his men rushed into the water, determined to swim across. Just then, a flood swept down the river, and they all were drowned. Chief Moy and his family returned to their home and lived in peace and prosperity. The end. Just a short little story with a really happy ending. I don't know about you, but I really dig it for its bit of like eat the rich sort of moral tone to it. So yeah, sheep are precious and lambs are super adorable, and now we know that maybe we should reconsider eating them. Just kidding, I'm still totally gonna eat lamb, but it's still a fun story. So anyway, that's all for today. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Right now I'm doing videos pretty quickly, so yeah, hopefully I can keep up that pace. Subscribe and I will know that there is a demand for it, and I definitely will keep pumping out videos. If you know of a story that I may have missed, definitely please drop those in the comments as well. And yeah, thank you for reading along with me.